Speaker, Madam, Mzuzu City markets are called markets during dry season. Come rainy season, I can invite you, Madam, to visit Mzuzu market, and you should wear a white trouser and a white shoes. You enter, by the time you come out, then it's when you realize that Mzuzu market is not a market, it's just a name. So,
I welcome the invitation, Honorable Member.
Yes, you are welcome. So, let's focus on Mzuzu city markets. We have Zigwagwa market and main market. But the condition on these markets are very, very pathetic. Let's focus on this so that Mzuzu City can look as it is.
Honorable Member, you have 2 minutes to go. Thank you.
Still, anyway. Let me also focus on electrification. Areas like Kanheda and Kaboko formerly was part of Nkatabe West, still lack electricity. They were left out of the Malawi Rural Electrification Program. I urge the government to address this gap as well. Same with the water. Similarly, the areas mentioned needed water connection by the Northern Region Water Board in a conformity with urban setup requirements. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, Mzuzu City requires drainage system. The proper drainage system to prevent plural flooding, especially in Shiwanja and Shiwavi, Mzilawayingwa and Joseph Township, which suffers due to the city high water table causing waterborne disease during the rain season. On health sector, Madam, the constituency expansion has outpaced the availability of health centers areas like Anhedesh, Pambo, Kaboko, and Shibutura need antenatal clinics which, with a rapid available ambulances to serve the growing number of women seeking for health cares. Madam Second Deputy, Madam, on airports, since the Honorable Minister of Transport has already comforted us with the project.
Consider winding up, Honorable.
Madam, is it 10 minutes?
I have given you 15 minutes.
I still have 5 minutes more.
I have given you 15 minutes, Honorable. I know that is your maiden speech, and I have allocated you 15 minutes. Thank you.
Madam Speaker, the construction of the modern Oton Shirwa International Airport was identified, and feasibility studies were conducted at Lusangazi, and people are just waiting to be compensated. Madam Speaker, the airport we have now we actually call Langombe. We don't need that one, and when the Honorable Minister of Transport addressing for this airport construction, we need a real one, a modern one, not that such kind that we have at Mzuzu there. We will not support that, and we will not tolerate if this government will bring the same like the way it was there. Madam Deputy Speaker, sir, on stadium, they also need a new stadium that can host various sport events. The current one is outdated and no longer fit for purpose. Honorable Madam Second Deputy Speaker, on Lords.
Honorable Member, please conclude your contribution. Thank you.
Let me just tackle for the last one. I think, let me just tackle this last one. on environmental conservation. With these few remarks, Madam, Muzuzu City was once known the evergreen city and abundant rainfall. Suddenly, Kaningina Forest Reserve is being destroyed by Chanko production, despite agreements among relevant stakeholders, including the police, Malawi Defense Force,
Thank you so much,
Forest
Honorable.
Department,
Thank
Judicial,
you
and
so much,
others.
Honorable. Thank you so much. I now give the floor to the Honorable female MP from Palombe South. Honorable member, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Good morning. I stand here to... Someone is speaking? Okay. I stand here to support the budget that was presented last week by our Minister of Finance. I rise with a profound sense of duty to the people of Palombe South and to the nation of Malawi to add my voice in strong and unwavering support of the 2025 to 2026 mid-year budget review, so ably presented by our able Honorable Minister of Finance. My support is not blind, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, but is born out of a rigorous analysis of the document and a clear-eyed understanding in the dire economic situation this new administration has inherited. Firstly, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I'm looking at this with a sober acknowledgement of the inherited economic wreckage. To appreciate the remedial measures in this budget, one must first diagnose and identify the problems and the illness in this nation. The mid-year review lays bare the catastrophic legacy of the Malawi Congress Party, which I'm stating below. I'll start though with the economic growth stagnation, which the Malawi Congress Party administration oversaw a dramatic collapse of our economic growth from a healthy average of 5% in 2019 to a patchy projected at 2.7% for 2025. As the minister detailed in the paragraph 9, this was directly caused by their failure to manage government expenditure, foreign exchange, and fuel shortages. This crippled our manufacturing, our production in the trade sectors, but also runaway inflation and fiscal indiscipline. Under the MCP's watch, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, inflation skyrocketed from 9.44% in 2019 to a staggering 32.3% in 2024. This was not an act of God. It was a direct consequence of the unprecedented expansion of money supply at over 50%. A profoundly irresponsible act that devalued the kwacha and eroded the purchasing power of every Malawian. Depression of national reserves and reckless spending. The Malawi Congress Party government left foreign exchange reserve dangerously low. I mean dangerously low. As stated in paragraph 13, this was worsened by the premature expiration of the IMF program, but most shockingly, on paragraph 14, it explicitly highlights the extravagant and careless behavior of the MCP, including bloated foreign travels, overstaffing in embassies, and purchase of high-value assets. MCP was spending like recklessly while the nation was starving for forex. A legacy of unstable debt. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, perhaps the most damaging legacy in the mountain of the public debt, as the Minister reviewed in paragraph 49. Public debt has ballooned to an astonishing 21.6 trillion, or 86% thereabout of the GDP, from 4.1 trillion in 2019. This MCP-created debt burden now takes us a significant portion of budget resources, strangling our ability to invest in development. MCP, we've only seen in the MCP government where we only turned into a country that was borrowing for consumption and not for development and for investment. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, secondly, I'll look at a budget of correction, discipline, and strategic focus. First, with the man-made economic disaster that we were pushed in by the MCP government, the DPP-led government had no choice but to present and to review a budget of painful but necessary correction. This review is not the cause of our pain. It is the beginning of our cure. Physical consolidation is non-negotiable. The minister's outlined path of physical consolidation is the only responsible way forward. The expenditure control measures in paragraph 52 to 55 are not punitive, as the one that spoke on behalf of MCP claimed. They are life-saving surgery for our finances, limiting travel, freezing non-essential vehicle procurement, and imposing a moratorium on recruitment are clear signals that the days of reckless spending are over. Targeted interventions for the vulnerable. Unlike the MCP's empty rhetoric, this DPP budget demonstrates a tangible commitment to the people. I particularly applaud the doubling of the FISI beneficiaries from 528,000 to 1.1 million, that's almost 100%, a direct investment in our agricultural backbone and food security. The introduction of free primary and secondary education and the abolishment of the managed fees. This is a visionary investment in our human capital, fulfilling a key DPP manifesto promise. The allocation of the additional 17.1 billion for the pharmaceuticals, addressing a critical need in our healthy sector that the MCP government ignored. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, it was so disheartening that when our people in the villages were going to the hospitals, they were going to the hospitals that had no medicine. They were going to the hospitals that had nothing, not even aspirin, that our people could receive. They overlooked the situation, and most of our people have died because of reckless behavior of the previous government. Strategic review enhancement, a necessary balanced approach. Madam Second Deputy Speaker,
You have 2 minutes to go, Honorable Member.
to rebuild our physical space, we must enhance revenue. The measures proposed are thoughtfully progressed and aimed at fairness. Progressive taxation, the adjustment of the payee structure is excellent policy. By raising the tax-free threshold to 170,000, we protect the low income earners by introducing a new 40% band for those earning over 10 million. But also broadening the taxi base, the enforcement of rental income tax is long overdue. Why should a primary school teacher from Palombe be paying taxes while somebody who has got properties in the low density in Blantyre, Lilongwe, and Zuzu does not pay? This is a matter of equity, and I fully support the MRA in this endeavor. Promoting a digital and formal economy. The new levies on bank and mobile money transfers are modest and designed to capture the growing digital economy. While protecting small transactions currently, the increase in transaction limits actively encourages the use of digital finance, which brings more money into the formal system. A coherent vision for economic recovery. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as I'm considering winding up, this budget is not a collection of isolated measures. It is the financial engine for the National Economic Recovery Plan, which is aligned with the Malawi 2063 agenda. The focus of strategic sectors is clear. I'll look at mining. The recommissioning of the Kaelekela mine and the ban on the raw materials exports on paragraph 661 show a strategic shift from being a source of raw materials to a beneficiary of our wealth. Forex generation, the reforms in paragraph 61 to 73 are a comprehensive toolkit to rebuild our reserves, from the gold purchase program to a diaspora engagement, to reducing the export proceeds repatriation period. These are targeted intelligent interventions. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, finally on the public sector reforms, the commitment of the SOE reforms and the rollout of the new IFMIS payroll model to eliminate ghost workers are critical to stopping the bleeding of our public funds. In conclusion, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the choice before this House is so clear. We must all support this budget at all means, or we continue on the path of economic decline, banqueted to us by the then government, which was clueless, which had nothing to deliver, to give to the nation, or we can support this strategically and necessary plan to recover for recovery presented by the DPP government. This mid-year review is a statement to a government that His Excellency, the President of this country, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, delivers what he promises and promises what he can deliver. It is a budget of truth, of responsibility, and of hope. I urge my fellow honorable members of this House to look beyond short-term political conveniences and support the long-term national budget interest. I submit, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. I now recognize Honorable Member for, remind me your constituency, Honorable. Honorable Member for Kasungu Southeast. The Honorable Member for your constituency, Honorable.
Chikwawa East.
The Honorable Member for Chikwawa East.
Zomba Madia.
Mangochi North East.
And the Honorable Member for
Blantyre Northeast.
Yeah, back there, Blantyre. Honorable Member, you are advised not to switch on your mic before you are recognized by the chair. Thank you. In that order, please. Point of order from Lilongwe Nyanja constituency. What has gone out of order?
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the honourable member has just resumed her seat, has insinuated several things, one of which, is it in order for her to completely say that the government was, the previous government never focused on investment? and it was clueless. Madam Deputy Speaker, education is an investment, it's not a consumption. The previous government, maybe others are not aware.
Point of order is only a minute, so I think
Very
you
true.
have done your point of order.
So when you're looking at the previous government, undertook a process of rebuilding 10,900 classrooms across the country. And that also called for recruitment of teachers. You cannot think of constructing 10,900 school blocks.
Thank you so
and
much,
you
Honorable.
call
You
that
are now
a consumption.
debating.
That's
Okay. Honorable member, those were the views of the people of Palombe South.
but views
If
are
you
supposed
have
to
a
be
contrary
supported.
view, Honorable, you will be given the floor to give out your views as well. Thank you so much. Member Kasungu South West, you have the floor.
Kasungu.
Kasungu? Kasungu Southeast, you have the floor.
Madam Deputy Speaker, thank you for recognizing people of Kasungu Southeast in this August House. I am deeply honored and privileged to stand in this August House to represent people of Kasungu Southeast, covering TAs of Njomba, Shirwa-Matambe, and Chambwe. Let me thank people of Kasungu East for entrusting me with the responsibility of representing them in the August House, and I will not let them down.
This is your maiden speech, Honorable?
Yes.
Okay, you have 15 minutes. Thank you.
But also, in a special way, let me thank my campaign team. As you are aware, in Kasungu, it was not easy to win as an independent member when we are competing with a cabinet minister. It was not easy. So we needed to acknowledge the people who worked so hard for us. And in a special way, let me recognize my campaign director, Mr. Charles Kaponya. Madam Deputy Speaker, let me also congratulate you on your ascendance to that position. It was not a mean achievement, but also let me recognize and congratulate the first Deputy Speaker for that achievement. And I think in absentia, you also extend the same to the Speaker of the House. I'll be falling in my duty if I don't congratulate Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, the President of the Republic of Malawi. I'm saying that because if you look at the victory, it was unimaginable. People thought that maybe there will be a rerun, and that didn't happen. So where we need to acknowledge, let's acknowledge. I think the victory was beyond what people expected. Madam Deputy, Second Deputy Speaker, but also let me congratulate the President for constituting a cabinet which is based on merit, credibility, and regional balance. With vast experience, I know people, I know ministers like Honorable Bright Msaka, well experienced, Ben Piri, well experienced. So let's acknowledge where we need to acknowledge. I think what is important, Madam Deputy Speaker, is for the Cabinet to deliver on that mandate. But in terms of the heads, they were carefully identified and put into those positions. On the mid-year budget review, let me comment on a few areas. The Finance Minister eloquently did acknowledge the financial challenges the country is experiencing And also, he ably identified the challenges and provided some solutions, which if all of us agree, we can move forward. If you look at the mid-year budget review, the minister ably linked it to Malawi Agenda 2063, where he was able to link it to the industrialization, agricultural productivity, and human capital development. In other words, if the measures put into the budget review are taken on board, we could start seeing our economy improving and healing slowly. So in other words, the presentation by the finance minister is now giving some hope to the Malawians. Let me hasten to say that we may differ in political orientation, but the policies, the laws we pass, if not good or not properly implemented, the sufferer is the ordinary Malawian. We are better off than the local people in the villages. So whatever we do here, we must focus on the ordinary Malawian. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me comment on food security. The government has ably acknowledged that 4 million Malawians are in need of food assistance, and that the government is importing 200,000 metric tons from Zambia. When I look back and say what went wrong, a nation which cannot feed itself, we are importing maize from Zambia. Zambia is our neighbor, and we blame on weather. But the weather pattern for Zambia is not different from weather pattern for Malawi. Therefore, we need to look at our policies in terms of our agricultural productivity. For example, the commercialization of our staple food. In those days, maize was not taken as a commercial crop. We moved into commercialization of the crop. And that again has pushed the prices of maize up. I'll give you an example. Before the government announced the importation of maize from Zambia, a price of maize, a bag of maize was going up at 775,000 to 90,000 per bag. When that announcement was made by the government, the maize prices per bag has gone down to 45 to 50,000. It means that deliberately we created hunger artificially. The real price of maize is 50,000. So people were reaping on the poor people. Therefore, the government should ensure that maize is available, and that will continue to push the price of maize downwards. Otherwise, we'll end up creating artificial hunger in the country. I want also to comment on the mega farms. The mega farms created by the previous government, to me, was a good concept, but wrongly implemented. If that was done properly, we could have moved several miles. I'll give an example from my constituency. There are people who benefited from the mega farm inputs, but they don't have a farm. That means the idea, the concept is brilliant, but on the implementation side, something went wrong. So the government should ensure that the eligibility criteria for benefiting should be correct, not a wrong one. Otherwise, we will continue to complain. In terms of fertilizer provision, Madam Deputy Speaker, the decision by government to reduce fertilizer from 15,000 to 10,000 is a huge milestone in achieving food security. That's the only way we can help the poor people. But we should ensure that the eligible people are the ones benefiting from the subsidized fertilizer. There have been cases in the past whereby vendors and people who are not farmers, they have benefited from this program. Let's ensure that fertilizer is procured by the poor smallholder farmers at that price. But also the government should ensure that fertilizer is delivered on time. Yesterday I was checking in some of our markets in Chambwe as well as in Chinchoma. We already planted, but the deliveries have not been done. Therefore, I'm requesting the Minister of Agriculture to ensure that fertilizers are delivered on time. Because if you miss on the time for application of fertilizer, we'll still have another hunger next year. In terms of our free secondary education, it's a commendable policy direction taken by government. All of us would agree, people will be coming to us asking for fees. So it has taken that burden from the parents and the members of parliament in terms of paying the school fees. And obviously, this policy by government would also reduce the high dropout rate in our schools, because people now can afford, students can now remain in school. But I still want to request government to look into two important aspects of education. While we focus on school fees, we focus on building blocks, school blocks, but I still feel government should look into the policy on the minimum standards for the establishment of schools. I'll give an example. You find a school with only 2 classrooms, no office, no library, no lab. And then you are saying, what kind of education are we trying to promote? Can that help us achieve capital development as enshrined in the Malawi 2063 agenda? No. We need to look into that. I'll give you another policy area where the ministry should focus on: school inspection. Some schools would stay for over 5-6 years without being inspected. In that way, you cannot guarantee quality. Quality comes with inspection and advisory services. You can have beautiful schools. If schools are not monitored, you have a problem. So the ministry should look into what are the minimum standards to open a school, and what are the required standards in terms of school inspection and advisory services. Therefore, the ministry also should look into providing additional resources in schools, additional classrooms, adequate teachers in remote areas, but also I've already mentioned adequate school inspection and advisory services. Madam First Secretary Deputy Speaker, in terms of the CDF, I think the decision to increase the CDF fund from 200 million to 5 billion is a huge achievement. And obviously, in 2030, we'll come back if that is implemented. That will see construction of schools in our areas, clinics, police units, and also rehabilitation of roads. I should commend the Minister of Local Government for that effort and ensuring that MPs are in control of the CDF. I know yesterday you were like, you are not part of the process, but I know in your heart you are with us and you are supporting the initiative.
You have 2 minutes to go, Honorable Member.
In terms of, I'll be quick, in terms of mining, it's a key area where we need to invest.
Can I hear
more.
the Honorable Member in silence, please?
In terms of mining, that's an area where we can earn more forex, and government should continue investing in the mining sector. But we should not pay a blind eye to what is happening with the small miners. Within 2 months in Kasungu, we have lost 16 small miners due to mine collapsing. There should be a policy, a regulation to protect these small-scale miners. Otherwise, these calamities would continue. In terms of health, I commend the government for putting aside enough money for the procurement of drugs in hospitals. But for my area, I still request the Minister of Health to look into the upgrading of Bua Health Center into a rural hospital. That hospital saves people of Doa, Kasungu Southeast, and also Kasungu West. So there is need actually to look into the upgrading of that health center into a rural hospital. In terms of rural electrification, I think it's a commendable effort by government to fast-track the completion of the Mpatamanga hydropower. I think that will go a long way to provide more energy to the country. And I hope my constituency will be considered in terms of electrification. With these few remarks, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I fully support the mid-year budget as presented by the Finance Minister. I here submit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member. Point of order from the people of Neno South. What has gone out of order? Honorable members, please have your seats.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. First of all, congratulations to extend my congratulations to the Speaker and the First Deputy Speaker as well. I stand on a point of order. I just wanted to find out, is it in order that someone who's so articulate and well-spoken like that, someone who defeated a minister, should not only be given 15 minutes to speak and not a little bit more? And also, secondly, someone who's so articulate like that and logical, why is he sitting at number 70-something? Can't we have him move to number 23 or maybe even number 2? Thank you.
Thank you. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Honorable members, order. Honorable members, our standing order states that members should be given 15 minutes if they are delivering their maiden speech, and if they are contributing after maiden speech, they have to be given 10 minutes. So it is in order for the chair to allocate 15 minutes to the honorable member from Kasungu South East. Thank you. Honorable Minister responsible for local government and rural development, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker, and good morning, Madam. I want to firstly appreciate the sentiments as presented by the honorable member who just resumed his seat. And two things. Number one, to assure him that as a ministry under the refined CDF, we have put up minimum standards indeed for everything. Be it a school, a hospital, you can't do piecemeal. So you can be comforted. But on a serious note, the reflection on the minister, which was on the radio yesterday as well, I think I need to put it on record that I am a minister responsible for local government, and the bill that is coming is a private member's bill. As government, we've got nothing to do with it. Whatever comes, we will look at it. But as a minister, in any way around, I am a referee in a way. I'm not that side or this side, just to make sure that it is on a record. I thought I should put it on record that I am the referee in this battle. I submit.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Indeed, this is a legislative house, so members are at liberty to bring business. Thank you. Honorable member for
Chikwawa East.
Honorable member for your constituency, please.
Chikwawa East.
Chikwawa East. You have the floor.
Thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for recognizing the people of Chikwawa East constituency to comment on the mid-year budget review delivered by the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization, and also for allowing me to deliver my maiden speech. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me take this opportunity to congratulate you on your election as Second Deputy Speaker of this Honorable House. Please extend the same to the Speaker and the First Deputy Speaker. The people of Chikwawa East constituency have the faith in your leadership and wish you success as you discharge your duties. Firstly, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to thank God Almighty for His goodness and mercy that have followed me throughout my journey. Yes. For me to stand before you today, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, is a big testimony. Yes. Those who know me well can attest to this. Secondly, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, allow me to congratulate our dearest President, His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, on his landmark victory on the 16th September. His victory is a relief for all Malawians and has brought hope for a better future. Malawians were held hostage by the previous regime, but thank God Almighty, we are free at last. Amen. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, may you also allow me to extend my sincere gratitude to the people of Chikwawa East constituency for electing me as their servant for the next 5 years. I promise to serve them with all my heart and strength and to do so diligently. I also extend my gratitude to my family, friends, well-wishers, faith leaders, along with the DPP leadership at all levels, who have supported me morally, spiritually, and financially. A special thanks to my father, Faisal Beron Maulidi, and my mother for believing in me and allowing me to pursue this challenging path. To my brothers, Reverend Paxton Maulidi, Mike Maulidi, Wells Kabokos, Foster Tipiwa, and all my siblings, uncles, cousins, nephews, nieces, I say thank you. I would also like to acknowledge Senior Chief Makwira, T.A. Chiputula, and all my group village heads in Chikwawa East constituency for their support. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me also salute my predecessors. This include late Honorable Simbi, late Honorable Osman Kembo, late Honorable Clement Kembo, Honorable Lagson Kamunda Chirwa, and Honorable Roderick Mbanywa for their service, for they did the service to the people of Chikwawa East constituency. They did their part, and now it's time for me to do my part. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to express my appreciation for the detailed mid-year budget review statement presented by the Honorable Minister of Finance. The measures outlined in the budget reflect a commendable effort to address the pressing challenges facing our nation, particularly the struggles of poor Malawians. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the economic challenges highlighted, including high inflation, food shortages, and the contained foreign exchange market, are indeed a reality for many in this country. The proposed National Economic Recovery Plan and its focus on stabilizing the economy and fostering growth in key sectors such as agriculture, mining, and digitalization are a crucial step towards alleviating these challenges. Investment in these areas will create jobs and enhance economy for the vulnerable populations we represent. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I'm particularly inspired by the commitment to enhance social protection systems. Strengthening social safety nets will provide much-needed support to those who are most affected by the current economic climate. Many families are struggling to meet their basic needs. and it is imperative that we ensure they have access to essential services and support. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, based on the presentation by the Minister of Finance, it is clear that there is much work ahead of us, and this requires every Malawian to participate. We all have a role to play in reviving the economy, especially given the extensive looting by the previous government. We have experienced numerous tragedies during the past 5 years of MCP governance. While I will not dwell on the Chikangawa tragedy, but allow me to share some of the socio-economic tragedies we have seen and experienced. The annual allocation of 67 billion to state residences, which was exhausted within 6 months. That was a tragedy. The over 21 trillion debt that has led to increased poverty in this country. It was very unfortunate. The hunger crisis that has left many Malawians in dire need. It was another tragedy. The absurdity of purchasing fertilizer in butcheries and pharmacies was yet another tragedy in this country. And not forgetting the $6.8 billion Bridging Foundation grant. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, considering the suffering endured by the people of Chikwawa East constituency under the MCP regime, I feel deeply offended when some honorable members from the other side of the aisle praise the previous government and refer to their leader as a statesman. Well, that's the beauty of democracy. We can call whosoever and whatever, everything. But, Madam Speaker, one does not become a statesman by merely conceding defeat. That is part of the electoral process in a democracy. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, you tell me, what kind of a statesman allows his trusted men and women to go on national television and call for press briefings every 2 hours while counting votes is underway and proclaim, we got this, we got this. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, you tell me, what kind of statesman will lead Panga boys to cause havoc in the streets, hugging innocent demonstrators, hugging innocent teachers? Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Can I hear the honorable member in silence, please? Honorable members to my far left. Honorable members, can I hear the honorable member in silence?
Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Honorable members from my far left, can I hear the honorable member in silence? Thank you. Honorable member, continue.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, we had an experience with these Panga boys in my constituency. They came and caused a lot of havoc.
Honorable member for Palombe South, order.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, we had an experience with these Panga boys in my constituency. They came and caused a lot of havoc prior to the elections. They removed flags of other parties and started beating up people.
Deputy Minister for Gender,
that
order.
was undemocratic.
Deputy Minister for Gender, order, please. Thank you.
That was undemocratic. Unfortunately, Madam Deputy Speaker, people at the Kate Trading Center reacted and it ended in tears. Such acts should never ever be tolerated in a democratic Malawi. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in all seriousness and fairness, I have to tell you, I'm privileged that in my life, I have seen a real statesman in flesh and blood. And that statesman is none other than Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. And Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I'll tell you why. I'll just give you 2 reasons. First, in 2020, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika gave up a government that he won fairly and squarely for the sake of peace and for the sake of Mother Malawi and for the sake of Malawians. He didn't want the Malawi to burn down. Secondly, Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, in 2024, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika stepped away from his comfortable life and his retirement at Page House, leaving the beautiful waters of Lake Malawi, the beautiful sand of Lake Malawi, and aside the core of Malawians, so who are so determined and were tired of the MCP regime, and he accepted their call and he saved them from this regime. That is statesmanship. That is little statesmanship. Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, let me comment on East Bank Road. Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, the people of Chikwawa East constituency are so grateful.
Honorable Member for the Zakasina, please.
Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, the people of Chikwawa East constituency are so grateful to our dear President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for committing to continue the construction of the East Bank Road, which was initiated when the DPP was in power. This road, Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, was neglected by the previous regime for the past 5 years, despite being mentioned in the SONA and included in the national budget. Their only achievement was renaming it to Gwanda
You have
Highway,
2 minutes to go, Honorable.
just as they did with the Jabananga Road, which was renamed to Sidigmia Highway. However, Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, I wonder, how could they rename a road that they were not going to construct? By renaming the 2 roads, did they mean, by renaming these 2 roads, did they mean to honor these great sons of the valley or humiliate them? This was an embarrassment to the people of the Great Valley, considering what these great sons of the valley did for MCP. The late Right Honorable Sidik Mia spent his fortune to change the face of the party. He spent billions for the party. But Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, what pains us the most is that during his burial, no cabinet minister or senior party official was present to us, Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, to us, the cause of his death knows, only God knows. But one thing is clear, we were robbed of a great son of the valley, who contributed significantly to the development of not only the Shire Valley, but Malawi as a whole. May his humble soul continue resting in peace.
Honorable members.
On food security. On food security, Madam Speaker, Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, one of the major challenges that the people of Chikwawa East constituency face is hunger. Although we experience hunger almost every year, the past 5 years have been particularly severe. For the first time in my life, I've seen the people in my constituency surviving on Inyika, potato peels, wild tubers, and Nkaka. It was really terrible. I'm glad that our president, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, has committed to providing free meals for the hunger-stricken Malawians, including the people of Chikwawa East constituency. We are so grateful to the president. Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, every year, the Shire Valley experiences hunger due to unstable rainfall patterns. We either have too much rain, accompanied by floods, or too little rain, resulting in drought. The only way we can redeem ourselves from such challenges is to shift from relying on the rain-fed agriculture to irrigation farming. Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, with the 5 billion Constituency Development Fund, we are hoping to renovate and expand existing irrigation schemes and introduce solar-powered irrigation pumps to irrigate our land, which will help us combat hunger. In the same vein, Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, I appeal for a speedy execution of the Shire Valley Transformation Program, which will also benefit the people of Chikwawa East constituency. The project has progressed at a snail's pace for the past 5 years, and we are worried. The Shire Valley Transformation Project is a game changer for the people of the Shire Valley. Once completed,
Consider winding up,
enable many households to achieve food security. On secondary education, Madam Deputy Speaker, I would like to applaud the State President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for introducing free secondary education. This initiative will enable more boys and girls in my constituency to complete secondary education, which was previously a tall order for many children, especially those from Watapua households. The introduction of free secondary education aligns well with Malawi's commitment to achieving sustainable development goal number 4, which seeks to ensure that all girls and boys complete free primary and secondary education. Let me comment on the 5 billion Constituency Development Fund. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the 5 billion Constituency Development Fund is a game changer for Malawi, and I would like to thank the President for this consideration. The CDF will transform Chikwawa East constituency. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, with the 5.2 billion kwacha annual injection in Chikwawa East constituency, we'll be able to, among other things, upgrade community laws in my constituency, such as laws to Chagampatuka, to Jeke, to Mitengo, to Tsapa, Nyaulombo, Kanyimbili, Ole, Mitawi, Mazongoza, Karindombo. Construction of under 5 clinics in the constituency, but also initiate solar-powered irrigation schemes and expand the existing community irrigation schemes. On disaster management
With those
affairs,
few remarks, Honorable.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me conclude. I thank God for giving us Professor Tabitha Mutharika and keeping him alive and sound. You may wish to know, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that leading to the elections on the 16th September, Professor Tabitha Mutharika endured many insults from MCP. Some tried to prevent him from contesting, others went as far as wishing him dead. Unfortunately, some of those who wished him dead are now gone themselves. You cannot wish death upon someone. Life belongs to God.
Yes. Thank you, Honorable.
Madam Secretary Speaker, let me assure you, Madam, that APM will finish his term. Oh, yes. And those who wish him dead will go before him. And let me thank, in a special way, thank the First Lady, Professor Gedro Mutharika, for standing with our President and the insults and bad wishes, and she's a good example to all women. And finally, the message to MCP. Madam Secretary Deputy Speaker, it is my
Honorable, I see Honorable Minister for Information. As Deputy Leader as well. Deputy Leader.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Honorable members, remember the day before yesterday, I did say how to cheer a member of parliament whenever he has done. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. I am rising to congratulate the honorable member who has just resumed this seat. Actually, I was about to move a motion that we suspend orders so that we allow him to finish, because this is a government day. But I know that he has concluded. He has concluded, unless I should ask, have you concluded, or you still have something to say?
I need just a minute.
But Second Deputy Speaker, I am holding the floor.
Resume your seat, please.
I would want, as government, we would want to actually agree with the honorable member's sentiments. There are certain people that wished our president dead even during the campaign period. There are certain people that always wished him sick during the campaign period. I think if those people, I know that they are there. I know that they are on that side. I know they are there.
Honorable Deputy Leader. Honorable Deputy Leader.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Honorable members, please resume your seats. Honorable members from my far left. Honorable members.
Thank you very much.
Honorable member for the Zagasina, please resume your seats. Thank you.
But Madam Second Deputy Speaker, you allowed me to speak, and I will not move the House to suspend any procedures. You may proceed, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam. Thank you very much.
Honorable members, before I suspend the House, I've got 3 announcements to make. The first one, honorable member, please resume your seat. Honorable members, honorable member, please. Honorable members, I wish to inform you, honorable members, please. I wish to inform you, honorable members, honorable members, I wish to inform you that we have received visitors from Lintipe Secondary School, from the honorable member for the Zakasina, Honorable Malango. I would like to, honorable member, our visitors from Lintipe Secondary School, I ask you to stand up so that your members of parliament would see you. Honorable members. Honorable members, order. I would like to ask the students from Lintipe Secondary School to stand so that your members of parliament should see you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You may take your seats. Thank you. Honorable members, the second announcement is to inform honorable members the presence of distinguished guests from Dowa Central, from the honorable member Annie Chibwana MP. May I ask those visitors from Dowa Central to stand up so that your members of parliament should greet you. They are students from Mponera Junior. Thank you so much for visiting your parliament. The last announcement, honorable members, is to inform you of the presence of visitors from Ungweru Private Secondary School, from the honorable member, Honorable Alex Nkoma. So, Honorable Alex Nkoma, may you stand? And I would like to ask the visitors from Ungweru Private Secondary School to stand so that your members of parliament should greet you. It's Felix Nkoma. Felix Nkoma. Felix Nkoma from is it Kasungu East? Is it Kasungu East? Yes. Honorable visitors from Kasungu East, from Ungweru Private Secondary School. Yeah. Okay, the visit. Thank you. Thank you so much, honorable members. I now suspend the House for health break. The House will resume at 11:36. House suspended.